I know life is throwing you extreme curveballs and you are so tired of dealing with them, of solving all of these problems that you never anticipated coming into your life. If you keep thinking to yourself that life is being unfair to you, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to be able to get out of this headspace until you keep telling yourself life is not fair for me. I was doing everything in my realm of possibilities to make everything work out for me. If you don't get out of this headspace, life is going to treat you even more unfairly. The only thing you can do in situations like this is change your headspace. I know it's not easy. But thinking that life is easy for somebody else and it's unfair to you, that's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to change the situation. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Look at yourself in your own eyes and look at what you are, who you are, what issues you are facing, and what you are going to do to get rid of them. At the end of the day, when life throws you your biggest curveball, you may be left with absolutely nothing. Who will you have? Yourself and your faith. Those are two things you can never lose unless you lose yourself. So this comparison is not going to help you. Stop and analyze what is happening. You're not able to deal with something internally, so you want to project it onto the world. You want to say mean things about other people. You want to talk about somebody else's life. You want to look at somebody else's achievement. You want to look at what this person is doing and what that person is doing. You'll do anything to avoid taking accountability and looking deep inside your heart and your soul and seeing what you are, who you are, what can you do to solve it. Take some time to deconstruct your situation. Take some time to just sit with yourself. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's the only thing that can truly help you. I understand you feel stuck. I know that you feel like the world is against you. If you go crying to your friend about the problem you're having, they will solve it from their experiences. They will solve it with their situations and their rationales, which may not match yours. You're going to apply the advice and then you're going to be like, what was that? Because that's not honest to you and your experiences. What they said may not apply for you in your situations. So don't imbibe anything and everything anybody says without using your own mind. The only genuine advice you will ever get is from yourself and from God. Because anybody outside of these two entities will give you, they might give you good advice. I'm not saying they will give you bad advice. Your friends are not trying to harm you. That's not what I'm saying. But they're talking from their limited viewpoints, their experiences. This is not authentic to who you are. This may not be in alignment with who you are, what you stand for, what your values are, what your character is. The only people who can align you with yourself is yourself. So look inwards. Take a deep look into your soul and figure out what is wrong, what you need to do, and then figure out how you can emotionally control yourself so you can logically take steps. It's a big issue in us as women, and I'm not talking about women in a generalized sense. This is for me specifically. I have a very hard time taking rational decisions when my emotions are overwhelming me. This is emotional flooding. My emotions flood me. I look deep into my soul and my heart all the time, and so it's a very open space. I want to put out love, I want to nurture, I want all of these qualities for myself, and I want to use it to help other people. But it's also a disadvantage when I don't have boundaries with myself, when I allow everything to just keep coming and coming into my heart and soul until it explodes. Don't let this happen to you. Maintain your emotions. Sit with yourself. I know it's so uncomfortable to sit with yourself. Sit with yourself. You cannot keep going to your friends, your parents, whoever you depend on. You are lucky to have them, but at the end of the day, when you have absolutely no one, you have to sit with yourself and you won't know how to do this. You will feel lost, you'll turn to different type of substances, you'll lose your mind, you'll feel helpless. You'll have all of these negative emotions in your mind that you won't know how to deal with because you've never tried doing this on your own. Don't depend on other people to make decisions for yourself. The only time you're going to be certain about the decision you're making is when it comes from your heart and when it honors everything you stand for. Build your values. The only time you'll gain confidence in the fact that you have the right values is when you take into accountability all the decisions you're making. When you realize this is not working for me, I have to adjust my decision making to honor honesty, to honor this other person in my life, to honor loyalty. These things only come from making your own decisions. Because if you make a decision based on some advice a friend gave, you can easily shift accountability. I did this because they told me to do this. Doesn't matter. It's your actions at the end of the day. It's your character that's being portrayed. What does it matter to the other person? They'll say, hey, this was advice I gave you, but you're the one who actually implemented it. Always remember, a woman's greatest strength and currency is her energy. To build your energy, you have to build confidence in yourself. You can only build this confidence when you take time to work on yourself. It is going to be one of the most daunting processes you are ever going to go through, and it's extremely hard to sit with yourself, to sacrifice time with your friends, to sacrifice these modern experiences. But if that's what speaks to your heart, I want you to sit with it. Stay uncomfortable with yourself until you get comfortable, because that's when you'll see that every single thing is just external noise. You cannot be influenced so easily by 10 other people saying something to you. And it takes practice. It takes a lot of courage to sit with yourself and look at all the mistakes you've made and learn from them, and truly not shift accountability onto somebody else. I know this is hard, and I know it's not easy. What I'm asking you to do is not easy, but at the end of the day, you'll thank yourself, because you'll come closer to the woman you want to be. You'll be more aligned with yourself. For the longest time, I would talk about all of my achievements. I would talk about all of the things I've done and all of the things I've done to prove that I'm a really honorable woman. But when I look deep inside myself, so many of my actions didn't align with what I would say about myself. Now, I'm able to sit with myself, look at all the mistakes I've made in my past, and learn from them. Because I've truly taken accountability for my actions. My issue used to be, every time I would have an intense emotional reaction, I would take an impulsive decision, and I'd be like, oh, I was really sad in the moment, and so I did this, and hope that people would understand that it is okay, but it is not okay. I understand that these mistakes happen, but I wasn't learning from them. I was just using them as metrics to keep avoiding accountability for my actions. Now I don't do that. If I take a decision and I look at it and I say, this doesn't fit fully into my box of honorable actions, I will reassess and it will never happen again. I want you to be able to be that strict with yourself. And a lot of these things may not be dishonorable things for the world, but they may be for you. So yes, when life is throwing you this curveball, I want you to, one, not lose your cool. Don't say you don't have anybody to rely on. I know it's hard, but even if you have 10 people you can rely on, it has to come from here. Don't shift the accountability onto the other people. The only person who can be there for yourself is yourself. So don't shift that accountability onto somebody else. Make decisions. It's okay to make a mistake in the decision, but learn from it. And don't make mistakes saying that, oh, it's a mistake, when you actually, this happens. If you know it's a mistake, but then you also know that, oh, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then say, oh, it was a mistake and I learned from it now, just because you want to take that action. That's wrong. That's dishonorable. Your heart and your soul will call you immediately. The more you stay in touch with your heart and your soul, the more being manipulative, being a liar, doing things that truly damage and clog your soul's energy, the more you'll run away from these, the more you take time to just sit with yourself. Because then you'll know you're being dishonest. Then you'll know. You'll clock it yourself. You won't need somebody to come and say, you're doing this wrong. You won't need somebody else to confront you and be like, you've hurt me, you've done this to me. Because you in your heart will know that you've done that. Or, the closer you get to yourself, the more you won't take decisions like that hurt other people. The two things I want you to remember: if you're making a decision and it's hurting you in any way, spiritually, physically, mentally, any way, reevaluate if that's the right decision for yourself. Reevaluate if there's another way to reach your goal. Reevaluate. Second thing, if it hurts somebody else, don't intentionally hurt other people. Karmic debt is real, and more than anything, it shouldn't be that you don't want to face the consequences. It should be that you care enough about other people's soul to not hurt them. There are ways to deal with situations where you don't have to hurt other people. It is possible. Sometimes you just have to sit long enough with yourself. For the smallest decisions I make, if I know now that this can hurt somebody, I'm going to find other ways to get what I need to do, but without hurting them. And the biggest way is just being honest. Why is honesty so hard these days? Why do we have to white lie for the smallest thing? Why can you not just stay pure and stick with your own word? And if there's something you want to do, do it, but be honest about it. Don't deflect people. Don't lie to people for the smallest things. What is the reason? Why do you do this? It's not worth it. Even your smallest lies, even your smallest manipulations, they clog your soul, they clog your heart. You're making yourself impure. Think about your character. Forget about the other people, what they think, what they say. If you're being honest, and if you're being a kind person to other people, forget what the world has to say about you. Maintaining boundaries does not make you a bad person. Maintain your soul hygiene. Stay away from things that clog your own soul. And you'll see how fast you'll gain this clarity. Life will throw that curveball, yes it will, but you will have the clarity that you need to get out of the situation on your own while maintaining your values, while maintaining your honor, while maintaining your discipline, and at the end of the day, you come out of it feeling more confident than ever. You will have faith in yourself that you can get out of situations, that you don't need a man, your parents, your friends to always be there with you. The sooner you learn this, the better your life is going to be, the better you'll be able to elevate in a graceful, nurturing, and happy manner.